This week's scenario is two fronts from the Steamroller 2015 tournament pack. It consists of the Killbox scenario. There are two rectangular zones. You can dominate the friendly zone for 1 control point. You can control the enemy zone for 1 control point and dominate the enemy zone for 2 control points. And you can destroy the enemy objective for 1 control point, 5 control points, or assassination of the enemy warcaster.
Pokey here. Listening to some podcasts, I heard some guys talking about some of the older lists before the Fist came out with Xerxis and dealing with the Gatorman Posse. So I wanted to give that a try. So I went ahead and built the list. They didn't really give a list, but they gave an idea of a list, and I just kind of figured, I'll see what I can throw in there, see what I can do to use Gator and Xerxis.
Well, I'm not sure my list here can crack the armor that my opponents are bringing with all those Posse and Tiberion, but I have the E-Zaal, an Archidon, a Krea, and a Shaman. Kind of going to use the Shaman to try to snipe out valuable solos, but it's not going to work out in this game, I don't think. He doesn't have too many valuable solos. I'm actually into Arcuarii. I just want to try transference with those guys and the Nihilators. Praetorian Keltarii to kind of jam up my enemy. I want to slow him down and keep him on his side of the table and as far away from me as I can, and to generate souls. A Tyrant Commander to let things move a little faster, an Ancestral Guardian, Hakaar the Destroyer, and Rhadeim. I want to try Rhadeim because I never get to play him.
Alright, deployment. The way the scenario was working, once again I'm trying to make sure I have my control area, my zone. So I put my battle group within the zone I know I can control, because 10 inches is not a very big control area. So I make sure that the battle group stays relatively close. Then all the support models stay close to that. Then on the outskirts, I end up putting both Gatorman Posse with Taskmaster, so that way they can run flanks. They're pretty fast on their own, and they can get where they need to. I'm hoping to be able to threaten both zones with them.
Well, my opponent here has Gatormen on each wing, so it's going to be kind of rough to deal with them. Their ability to give themselves Pathfinder and to not need to give themselves Pathfinder to get through that patch of water is going to be a problem. I think with that in mind, I'm going to spread out the Arcuarii to my far left, the bottom of the screen here, and just try to keep them tied up and kill as many as I can in my zone as he's trying to take it over. I'm just going to jam the Nihilators in the behind a cloud of Keltarii, right straight up the middle. The first turn I'll give the Keltarii Pathfinder with the Tyrant Commander, and then after that I'll be probably giving it to the Nihilators for the rest of the game, or making them stand up, or whatever needs to be done, really, I guess. The Archidon's going to hang out in this patch of trees at the top here and pick off what he can. I particularly like to critical pitch Gators into each other. His Taskmaster is going to make it hard to knock them down here, though. Rhadeim, his armor piercing is a way to get around that heavy armor, but tough kind of makes that iffy. I like to try to get away from whatever he's killing with a sprint on him from an Archidon or a Shaman, and the tough on the Gators will make it difficult to have that sprint trigger all the time. So he's just got to pick the right targets, I guess.
Alright, turn 1 for my side. This is going to be basically a basic turn. Things are running, the minor buffs are being put up. I thought it'd be fun to play Xerxis. It's been quite a while since I pulled him out of the bag. Everybody's always, the Fist Halak is the greatest thing since sliced bread, and it's very competitive. And people are right, it is a very competitive list. But I really didn't want to necessarily run that while everybody else was, running its high. So I kind of left Xerxes in the bag for a while, and like I said in the list rundown, I had this, I was listening to this podcast and they were talking about how You know, he used to be really good with, you know, the Gatorman Posse, and there was just, you know, just got my juices flowing for, you know, thinking, you know, hey, what can really happen with him, with Gatorman Posse, especially with the Taskmaster. Could be really nasty. So I went ahead and created a list and figured, you know, hey, why not? Let's give it a try. You know, I played Xerxis before. It's been a while, but you know, it's like riding a bike or something. You get back on, you should be good to go. So yeah, so like I said, the first turn is very basic. Rushes and all this other happy stuff to get things up the field. I'm hoping to get Tiberion up in the center as much as possible to threaten both zones if need be, because with Rush I do have the ability to give him Pathfinder +2 speed, plus +2 speed, so he will be able to negate the water in the center, and that's my first turn.
I got a slight change of plans here. Kind of funny to start it out so early with a change of plans. Arcuarii are going to still do what I planned. They're going to come try to take this zone out of play for him with the Weapon Master threats. I'm going to give them an Ancestral Guardian backup as well. But the Keltarii are going to go to the center of the board and do the jam there to keep his beasts and his caster as far back as possible. I'm going to swing the Nihilators to the top of the board to deal with those other Gators. I'm going to give them Hakaar as a backup, plus he can pick up souls. But I had nothing over here but Rhadeim and the Archidon to deal with that Gators, and I decided that just was not going to be enough once I started thinking about it. Plus he's got Fury on one unit and Defender's Ward on another, so it's really, they hit hard, and the Defender's Ward ones are going to be almost impossible to kill. I had initially thought the Defender's Ward would be on Xerxis, but I can see the benefit of putting it on the Gators. I think he probably should have swapped it around backwards, though. I think the Defender's Ward should be on the ones at the top. I mean, the ones at the bottom, and the Fury should be on the one at the top. Trying to think about how I'm going to do this. I want to make sure that the Shaman is close enough to the Archidon and to Rhadeim to give him sprint. But Rhadeim is so damn fast, I might not be able to keep that distance properly spread. Tyrant Commander is going to go help the Arcuarii and Rhadeim. I'm likely to. It depends on what kind of targets he gives me for Rhadeim or the Arcuarii as to who gets the press forward from the Tyrant Commander. I've got Vision on Rhadeim and Transference on E-Zaal and a Paralytic Aura on the Basilisk. I took this side of the table because of that wall, and I'm gonna just hide behind it for a little bit and see what happens.
All right, going into turn 2. He did a standard advance, is what I thought he was going to do. Pretty much things ran forward, things got clumped together. I know I'm not going to be able to get everything in on him this first go around, so my hope is I can maybe get first blood and maybe be able to tie some of the units up back on his side, you know, allowing my slower, like the Gladiator and Xerxis, to come up behind to hopefully work as a secondary wave, I guess. So I start with the Gators, and they do the Dirge of Mist ability, and then they charge. So the proxy base is there to make sure that I clear my objective and I get where I want to go, and that way I can kind of hopefully clip the guy. Well, as you saw, the guy next to him. Now the rest are going to sort of run as a backfield, so that way they can, you know, they have to get rid of the front 2 to get to the back 3 to clear the zone. And swings are being made, and tough checks are being made, and all the other happy stuff. Now the Taskmaster moves forward, puts Tempered Flesh. For those that don't know, Tempered Flesh gives Gators or any minion unit tough, and because she has no sleeping on the job, means they can't be knocked down once they make a tough check. Works out really nice. It's a nice little combo. Unfortunately, it does mean that she has to be pretty far forward for that to work out. The Gladiator then puts up Rush on Tiberion and then tries to slam somebody, but of course fails. But he's further up the field, which is good because that's where I needed him to be. Then Tiberion tramples forward into the water. I'm hoping that it stops Fort from charging him this turn. And then he puts up Bump. Now the other Gators, they unfortunately had to put up March because, well, they were still a lot of them in the trees. And then they ran, so because they didn't have a good line on that one guy at the end there. What was the one Keltarii. Didn't have a good line to charge him, so went ahead, was able to run to get where I needed to go to, and now everything else advances, gets where it needs to. I do believe when Xerxes came forward, he cast Inhospitable Ground, once again, hoping that I can stop him from being able to get in and do too many charges with the infantry. What you saw there was I had attempted to put Bump up on Gators, and Fort had reminded me that that the Shaman cannot cast Character War Beast Animi.
Well, it's starting to get a little tight here in Skornopolis land, whatever this is. We're going to give Pathfinder to the Keltarii and just use him to gem up his back line as best I can. I think I can get past this line of Gators and Beasts with most of them, and that's what I'm going to try to do. Nah, maybe not. This guy didn't get quite where I needed him to. He got out of the front arc of the two front Gators, but not everything. This guy couldn't. This guy gets where I needed him. That's where I was hoping to get most of the stuff. Deep back into there. That nice soft pile of Paingivers. This 3D terrain, the little lip on this pool, this crater pool, is really hard to place models on to make them stay, so there's a lot of fidgeting going around here. It's probably a mistake jamming all these guys up here into the teeth of Tiberion. I screwed up. I wanted to leave a spot for the Basilisk Krea to walk forward and shoot in case he got a beast close enough so I can paralyze it to stop it from charging. But I had so much infantry in the way that I'm not going to be able to do that without moving the infantry out of the way first. Nihilators are going to go. They're going to charge stuff. The terrain makes it a little difficult for them to get very deep, but that guy gets a good charge off. This guy here can't quite get where he needs to go, so he'll just... actually, I'm not sure why he didn't go all the way in. He just kind of walked. Oh, because he has Inhospitable Ground up. Sorry. The spell that shall never be cast has been cast. So these guys don't get to go so far. The ones over here are out of his control area, though, so they can get to some of the Gators. They're going to try to get some vengeance back for him knocking off my Annihilator last round and only giving me 1 soul. They do a little bit of damage, nothing spectacular. The Archidon is going to have to get some work done up top there, I believe. The Shaman really has nothing to shoot at, and I don't really want to commit Hakaar right now. I want to wait till he gets loaded up with souls before I do anything. So the Arcuarii are just going to walk forward. They're going to do what they can to these Gators. I mean, tough and no knockdown on those Gators is going to make them hard for these Arcuarii to take out. But this is where all the transference points are going to get spent. There's a hit. Trying to decide whether I want to boost it or not. I think I do because I want to try to take them out one with 1 hit. But my abysmally low roll for damage did not kill him. I'm going to make sure this other one is going to go down. He does, but he's tough, so he just stands there with 1 hit point. The last one misses, rolling a 3. And then this one hits. I'm going to boost the damage on this Gator. So I've got both Gators down to only 1 hit point each. Rhadeim's going to go in and try to take them both out. It's possible with the transferences that I have, the regular attack will be a armor piercing attack. So if he gets hits on both of them, he should be able to take them out. And here comes the Shaman. He's going to stay within 7 of the Archidon and get within 6 of Rhadeim to put lightning strike up on him, and he does. Shoots off at something over there. I think I shot a Gator and didn't do anything to him. Here's the Basilisk doing his paralyzing shot onto Tiberion. Tiberion's essentially a defense 15 right now, and I roll a 13 plus 4 is a 17, so I do get him with the paralytic shot, and he is paralyzed. That'll help a little bit, but he's got rush, so he can have him walk 6, which is probably going to get him to the Basilisk anyway. Rhadeim rolls a 3 and misses. Yay. Well, next attack, he can't. It's a mount attack. Yeah, he does make him take another tough check, but he did not trigger sprint, so he's stuck in the middle of all of his stuff. With vision and a high defense, he should be okay. We'll see. The other Ancestral Guardian moves up. Can't really. I jammed him in there, so I can't see Gator over my Arcuarii, so kind of screwed there. But I screwed that up. But oh well. Archidon's going to go to work. Boost to hit, trying to get a critical pitch. I want to throw this guy away from my stuff. It's not. I didn't get the crit. I'll just roll the next hit. He passes his tough check. Oh, now I get the critical hit with just a straight up boxcars roll. I should be rolling direction and distance here because it's a single-handed throw, not two-handed throw. So there we go. I did it. Roll the 25. So put the template out and put it over, and then it goes straight from that model to where its landing point is. And he does not clip the other Gator, just by a hair. But the collateral damage finishes him off, so I'm going to get to sprint back to safety. There we go. Overall, an okay turn. I'm still going to cower behind this wall. I might got a little bit too close. I think I'm out of. I should measure my control area to see, but I didn't. I think I'm out of range of Tiberion.
All right, back to me. The turn for him for Fort was very good. Being able to put paralysis, paralyze, or whatever it was up on Tiberion was a good thing. He was able to position Hakaar in a very threatening manner, the Ancestral Guardian in a threatening manner, and pretty much clog up Tiberion, who was going to be. I was hoping to be a good killer of almost anything and everything. He was able to clog him up with a bunch of infantry, and a bunch of infantry that I really didn't want to take free strikes from. Granted, Keltarii only POW 10s, but at -9, because I wouldn't get my shield bonus, not the greatest thing in the world. Now POW 12s from the Nihilators, that would be bad. Dice, what, -7? Yeah, it would be bad. Too much potential for knocking out that many guys, too much potential for knocking out spirits and whatnot. So, the plan for this turn is to try to free up Tiberion. So, to do so, I'm going to take the Gatorman that are still there and just swing away. See what kind of damage I can do. Hoping the dice are going to be with me so I can roll well enough to start killing off people. Now the nice thing about the Keltarii, for me anyways, they don't have tough, so if I exceed their armor, they just go away. Nihilators on the other hand, not so good for me. They make a tough check, their bases are still going to be in my way. Which means that I have to figure out a way to put enough attacks into them that they aren't there anymore. So between the two Gator posses, yeah, they got their work cut out for them, because whatever I don't manage to take out and kill and get out of my way is going to be a pain in the butt for me next turn when they come charging in, because I can't kill them all. So I take the Gators, the next unit of Gators, because like I said earlier, I'm going to use the Gators to clear the way, and have them advance forward and just start going. I believe they did cold-blooded this time, so I could reboost my attack rolls. And of course, there he is rolling his tough checks, making him like a champ. Be nice if I could actually kill some of these guys so that way they can be out of my way. And I'm able to take out a couple here, a couple there. But not really too many of them that are in my way in the front, in front of me. So now it's Xerxes' turn. He takes his 2 swings. He's able to move from overtake, 1 for each guy he kills. It was kind of it was remembrance at the end of the initial swings before I started to buy. Fort was gracious enough to allow me to do that. I then I was thinking about putting bump up on Xerxes, but I'm like, no, can't do that. I actually want to put rush on him, because I need to free up the Shaman to do some other work. So to try to help clear some of the zone, I bring up the Poop Holder, and he's going to do his little magic eye gaze shot at the one Annihilator it's still blocking the way. I end up rolling high enough to hit, and because I used the model strength plus the strength of my weapon, I was able to kill the one guy that's in the way. So now the Gladiator activates. The Gladiator advances, does 2 for rush on himself, does 1 for a push. Off the camera there you see me roll some dice. That's for my strength check to see if I can do the push, and I end up pushing Tiberion forward. Only ½ inch because it's rough terrain, so he only advances the ½ inch. I thought he'd be able to move the full distance, mostly because of he had rush on him, so I figured rush could give him Pathfinder. But this is where the free strikes come in. I get the free strikes, I believe, from the one Annihilator in front of the Gator. And now I'm just going to start, because that was just an advance, because I couldn't charge, I couldn't trample, I couldn't do anything fancy. So I just start swinging, and I take the Tetsubo against Hakaar until he's dead. I take the shield and tusks against one of the Annihilators, but he still stands. And then I just keep on buying until I could kill off. Well, I just keep on going until I'm full, because I figure I'm there. He's probably gonna die. Might as well do what I can just to let him, have him do as much as he possibly can. So now the Shaman advances, and he starts to swing with his melee weapon. He kills off a guy, and he's pretty much full. Then we get some other guys advancing. who was that? I think it was the Willbreaker. Have him up there till he can do an auxiliary attack. I think I failed to hit, and then things just move forward and end my turn.
Well, I just noticed, I didn't notice it during the game, I'm not sure what I was doing, but just noticed it now that he pushed Tiberion. Tiberion can't be moved out of activation. So my Basilisk should have still been alive, but oh well. All's well that ends well, I guess. I got a huge pile of souls. I've got a caster sitting on no camp. I guess I gotta try to kill him, even though a 13-18 is not going to be that easy. I can put several Sunder Spirits into him. If I do this, E-Zaal is going to be sitting right there in front of Tiberion with no place to go. It's probably not a wise move. I probably should just try to finish off all the Gators and stay away from Tiberion. Here we go. It's a few tough checks here and there. Trying to think about how I want to play this out. I think the Nihilators are going to charge the Gators up top here and then just move around and do what they can. I didn't think I would give him a free strike there, but I did. But luckily he rolled really crappy on the dice and missed. Gator tough check, passes again. These Gators toughs are starting to get to me. There's another tough check and another pass tough check. I'm not able to take these guys down. It's starting to look a little dicey up top there. That Taskmaster making them no knockdown is a pain. Shaman does his thing. Boosts the damage. Gets rid of that one Gator. Archidon's going to go in and try to kill a Gator. I think I'm going to leave him in here. He hits. It's tough check because he's already on one wound. Throw him back into his caster. The drift put him into his caster, so actually didn't kill him. I'm not sure what's going on here. That was kind of a mess up there. I'm not sure exactly what I did there. I think that I did not roll the direction of distance. I rolled to hit again. Several mistakes have been made in this game. The pushing of Tiberion and the not rolling for direction of distance, instead rolling to hit with the pitches on the Archidon. The Archidon is not a two-handed throw, so you don't get to target something and roll to hit. You just roll a direct. You pick a direction, then roll to drift and see what it goes into. And I think I did that incorrectly here. It's been a while since I played Skorne, so I got an excuse, I guess. Arcuarii are doing some work. They finally get rid of the Gators that are in the way, but this one in the zone is still vexing me. I guess I'm going to have to try to send in... I don't know, I guess it's going to have to be Rhadeim. I don't have much else up there that's not jammed in. Shot at a Gator, missed him. Actually, I shot at a Paingiver, sorry. This guy's going to go in and try to hurt Tiberion a little bit. And he doesn't do anything. Not going to buy a soul. I probably should have bought a soul attack with that soul, but Tyrant Commander is going to charge him. The Weapon Masters might hurt. The little dude can't get to him. Tycom hits him. It's not a very spectacular damage roll, though. So Tiberion is not hurt too badly. I'm going to go try to do the Sunder Spirit assassination on this non-camping caster. Let's see, what have I got here? That's a hit will boost the damage. Do it again. Hit, boost the damage. Do it again. Hit, boost the damage. And he lives. He did have a transfer. I didn't see that. I thought that was on the Gladiator, but it was on him. Hit. Sitting there with no camp. I guess I got a feat to not die. Although it's looking kind of abysmal here. Tiberion sitting right in my grill. Xerxis is there as well and can probably get to me with a little bit of effort. The Gladiator might be able to trample over to me, but I don't think so. He's got a lot of stuff he could put into me if he wanted to. I'm not sure what the odds of it are taking me down. I'm not going to think about it. I just hope he doesn't do it. I got to put Rhadeim in harm's way to try to keep myself from being murderized by his retaliation. But that's kind of what his job is. He hits Tiberion. He's in his back. Oh, that's a good roll there. I wish I'd had some way to boost that. Didn't kill him, but it hurt.
Alright, through all that, Tiberion was able to survive. Not sure how, but he did. You know, I took a bunch of, was it Sunder Spirits or something like that from E-Zaal. I really did run myself really low on Fury. So it's just, that last turn I had no transfers. Or I think I had one transfer. So yeah, now I have to figure out how can I get around this, how can I fix the error that I'm in now. So I start with activating the Shaman. He swings because I'm trying to free up the Gators to be able to do what they need to do. Taskmaster puts a Pain Driver up on the Gatorman Posse. They then do Cold-Blooded. And they take the run charge order. Because, well, I need to kill off those Arcuarii before they get a chance to come in at me. So we were sitting there measuring the charge lane, making sure I didn't get any free strikes taken against me. Oh, and the Gators, the Grey Gators also have Fury on them. So they're +3 strength, plus the Cold-Blooded makes it, you know, they're just these super amped up, angry Gators that just want to kill everything. So they are just swinging to, you know, swinging for the fences, trying to kill as much as they can. Luckily for me, the armor is low enough that almost anything I roll that's above 5 is going to really do some serious damage to the Arcuarii. And then the Gladiator activates. He puts 2 for rush on himself. He comes up. Completely whiffs. I mean, I'm talking horribly whiffs. Every attack he has left. The 3 initials, the 2 purchased, just cannot hit those guys to save his life. 2 Keltarii, that's all I have to do. Roll a 7. I wasn't 5 times. Couldn't do it. So, other Taskmaster comes up, gives a Pain Driver to the other Gator Posse. They then advance forward, and I think they actually charge. One charges the Archidon, and I think they both charge the Archidon. And it's, unfortunately, the dice rolls just weren't there. Even with Cold-Blooded, they just couldn't overcome the good defense of it. So, with that, I now take Xerxis, pop his feet, swing, kill, buy an attack, swing, kill again, and here's where, this is the turn that, you know, I kind of made a small mistake. I got really greedy, and I put Xerxis really far forward. Probably a little bit further forward than he really needed to be. So I ended up healing Tiberion to get him fully functional again. I think I healed him for 1 point because I think his spirit was out, and now it's just a matter of swinging for the fences and hoping to kill as much as I possibly can. Because there's Rhadeim there, there's the Ancestral Guardian, and I think the Tyrant Commander and Standard were there. But I was able to take out the Tyrant Commander and Rhadeim. And here's where I was talking about that mistake. I advance all these guys up, and I don't put anybody in base to base with my caster for his feat.
Well, he feeded, but he didn't put Xerxes base to base with anything. He's camping 1. This time I'm for sure that he's camping 1. I've got a huge pile of souls. So I'm looking at a defense 13, armor 18 caster, no defender's ward on him, not in base to base with anybody, and 1 transfer. And I'm sitting on like 15, 16 souls. I should be able to kill him, but you never can tell. I have a lot of things that can charge him as well. I just got to get this Gator out of the way. The Shaman fails miserably, missing and hitting my Archidon. E-Zaal's going to go up and do his thing. I probably should have. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I got 17 Fury here. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 16 Fury plus 1 for the upkeep of the transference. So here we go. Killing the Gator. Gator's gone. I had to get him out of the way with my vengeance move, and then now I'm trying to shoot Xerxes, and it's doing okay, I guess. It's not as spectacular as I had hoped it would be. Just thinking about doing this kind of thing to another caster. I am rolling fairly low on the dice there. I mean, got him down to 2. I mean, here we go. Last one. No damage. Well, that was not as fortunate as I'd hoped it was going to be. So I got to do it the hard way now. I think he still has his 1 transfer. So here comes the Archidon, I guess. He's got to go fly. He can't get over that Gator without getting a free strike, so I don't want him to go there because he's beat up bad, and he has 2 aspects almost out. So I guess he's going to have to try to throw the Gator into Xerxes, maybe. I decided to back up and take the Annihilator instead. Annihilators are going to charge him. I have no way to boost the hit rolls, and a couple of these guys are not going to get the charge bonus. But they might be able to take a 2-hit point Xerxes out. So he transfers the 1 hit. Next guy gets him. Good game.
Alright, afterthoughts. I'm going to tell you right now, the biggest disappointment for me for this game was that I failed to read my card. I really did. I used War Room, great tool, but I was using that instead of using my cards. And I knew he had Defender's Ward, and for some odd reason, when I was looking through what I could do throughout the game, I just never cast it. I had the tokens ready for it, I just never cast it. Because every time I looked at his spell list, I skipped right over it. It was up there with his stat line in the War Room, and I just completely missed it. Which is fine. It's my mistake. So reading the cards very important. Making sure that you have proper use of your feet, extremely important. Overall, the game was really good, really hard fought. It was great back and forth, and thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a great game. Never felt that there was a time where I'm like, I'm going to lose this game. Never felt there was a time of, haha, I've got this game in the bag. It was a great back and forth game, and really enjoyed playing it. Hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Thanks.